again, we need to focus. In the region, for instance, Kenya, I think, has got about 1.3 million people who are living with HIV, and they are dependent on government support, either the antivirals, and because with that you can, but there are other countries where we see a very high percentage. We have countries in Africa where the numbers are as high as 8 million people living with that challenge. So I wanted to focus on Kenya because sometimes you don't want to talk about other countries because people can get very, very offended. But the statistics are there. Statistics are there. So we need to draw the attention of the younger people to their moral behavior, because it can become dangerous and we don't want to lose them. And I bring this up because many countries are relying on the US support under the PEPFAR. Many countries are relying on the PEPFAR agreement, which supports medical drugs and so forth to various countries. But you see, a policy in a country can change. There's a new regime that has come into the United States. Suppose it decides to look at it differently. What happens to our citizens who require medical attention from those? And right now the ratio is that the government of Kenya covers about 40% of the needs, but through partnerships with other countries, the 60% gap is filled. So suppose that 60% gap, suppose the countries that are supporting us also pull back, then we will have an even bigger challenge to make sure that our citizens who deserve medical attention, who deserve medical drugs and so forth, to help them not to suffer the consequences of pain and so forth. What happens to them? But I wanted to bring this because our demography has shown that 70% of the Kenyans, of our people, our population is below 30, is 35 and below, 70%. So we have a duty to talk to our younger people, and we have a duty as Alumni to give special attention to some of these areas so that as we talk to them about career development and so forth, let us also talk to them as areas that need special attention, ili taifa letu lisiangamie